Yeah, we back now, man. We got a special video for y'all today, man. Now, I just want to say, man, big shout out to the brother on YouTube. What's his name? The Black Bolshevik. Man, this brother right here is a subscriber of mine. Came into my comment section a few times and always showed love. And I just want to give a shout out to him because I'm about to review a video that he put out. You know, he told me he was going to put it out a while back. He dropped a comment in my comment section. He said this. Take a look up on the screen. You have inspired me to start a series on the Kingdom of Haiti. I want to do something with the Kingdom of Haiti series, similar to the more series I have on my channel. You're welcome to help with some of the information if you want. I'm drafting the script right now. Anyways, continue with the great content, man. Your stuff is very insightful. Well, the brother ended up putting that video out, a classic. I gotta say, brother, I tip my hat off to you. This video right here, just in terms of presentation, editing, I know I could tell you put a lot of work into this. I don't even think this brother is Haitian. He just seen my videos and was just inspired and made a masterpiece. This video is better than any video I've ever put out on my channel, bro. And I put out classics, but bro, you went in, man. You went in. I got to tip my hat to you first and foremost, man. The information in this video was, you put me onto stuff that I didn't even know, bro. I didn't even know. And you're not even Haitian, bro. You dug deep into the research and gave me information, put me onto people I never even heard about. Man, I tip my hat. Go check out that video after y'all done with this, but I'm gonna review it. I'm gonna add some of my commentary on it, man. And man, shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you. Now, as you can see, take a look up on the screen. The name of the video is The West Lied. Haiti was a utopia after the revolution, the greatest black nation of the modern era. And as you can see, he gave me the shout out in the first couple minutes. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you. So let's get into it, man. Let's jump right into it.
But before I begin, I would like to give a special thanks to the YouTuber Neferkari Desaline for inspiring me to conduct research on this subject. You can check out his channel for more valuable information of post-revolution Haiti. Alright, so let's begin.
Once again, much love to the brother for the shout out, man. As you can see, the thumbnail for the video is insane. Like, bro, I can tell you, you really put your time into this, man. And before we jump into the meat and potatoes of the discussion, I want to highlight some of the comments that I seen on the video. This person said, it wasn't a utopia, but it was a great place to live. And he responded, he said, a utopia is defined as a place of ideal perfection, especially in laws, government, and social conditions. During a time period where black people were being enslaved, subjugated, and kidnapped from their homeland, this would have been a utopia for its time. This person said, the Northern Kingdom of Haiti. Build 10 forts in a day, pray to God at Sunday Mass, farm with friends and family, intercept slave ships, free African slaves in the afternoon, death sentence for whites that try to go into the interior unauthorized, forced labor for the lazy, send them to the countryside to farm, quality education, import elite soldiers from African kingdoms, highly militarized in case of French invasion, cultivate resources, manufacture weapons, visit the royal monarchs at the palace in the evening, have native festivals in celebration of crop yields. Modern black nation. Wait for the IMF loan, cried at the West is forcing rainbow flag on your country. Education and land reform is communism, don't do it. Mismanagement of public funds, steal public funds from treasury. Food insecurity, political instability. Probably might coup corrupt the political leaders next week. Coup corrupt the leaders, but somehow end up installing their own corrupted leaders. Western intervention to quell the coup, to reinstate the first corrupt leader. Societal collapse. Oh man, this person said, the Kingdom of Haiti deserves a well-written and historically accurate movie, but instead we keep getting movies about slavery and movies about black trauma with black people struggling like a motherfucker. Do better, black film directors. Don't wait until the whites direct our history to complain about it when you guys don't want to take the initiative. Thank you for this. This is some exhaustive research, man. And that's a fact, man. That's a fact. You got to tell your own history because guess what? The white boy, yeah, he gonna tell his history. In fact, in a couple months, a movie about Napoleon is about to drop. Yeah, as you can see, take a look up on the screen. You see, the white boy, he gonna glorify his ancestors. What about you, black man? You're not gonna glorify your forefathers? Because you a dumb motherfucker. Now let's continue. Let's jump into it, man. Now, during this time, he focused on this video on the Kingdom of Haiti. The Kingdom of Haiti, that was the sovereign territory of King Henry Christophe from 1807 to 1820 in his death, right? As you can see, the Kingdom of Haiti up north, down south, the Republic of Haiti. And the Republic of Haiti was controlled by the mulatto officers, and the Kingdom of Haiti was controlled by Christophe. Now, let's get into it.
The conventional narrative, as it pertains to the history of the nation of Haiti, would have us to believe that the Haitian Revolution occurred, and as a consequence of this historical event, Haiti was plunged into a chaotic state of bloody civil wars, debt peonage, political corruption, and economic poverty. While all of this is true to some extent, the emphasis placed on the misfortune of modern Haiti and the oversimplification placed on post-revolution Haiti has done the story of the Haitian Revolution a grave injustice. In a white-dominated world that was plagued with slavery, colonialism, imperialism, exploitation, and inequality, the sovereign nation of Haiti emerged as the first Black Republic. Haiti was a beacon of light in a gloomy, dark, abysmal world. Unfortunately, this is not what we are taught, despite the vast archives of detailed documents and letters sent back and forth between corresponding American abolitionists and the Haitian leaders, despite the overwhelming amount of trade that took place between the Kingdom of Haiti and European nations, and despite the major role that Haiti played in the liberation of enslaved Africans being trafficked to the New World. The acknowledgement of Haiti's contribution to the freedom and liberation is criminally overlooked. The reason for this is because Haiti may have not only discredited the colonial narrative which propagated that African slaves was incapable of self-governance, but the Kingdom of Haiti also laid out a blueprint of a successful example that other newly independent Black nations was supposed to thoroughly analyze and attempt to replicate considering their distinctive material conditions. Having said all of this, in today's video we will be taking a look at the blueprint that the Kingdom of Haiti established, and why I believe that the Kingdom of Haiti was not only the first Black Republic, but also the greatest Black nation of the modern era.
Now, me personally, I've made several videos about Christophe, the Kingdom of Haiti, but I've never called it the greatest Black nation of the modern era. I've called Christophe the most powerful Black man of the last 500 years, for sure. Yeah, definitely. I never called it the greatest nation of the modern era because I don't want to minimize my brothers from different locations, right? I don't want to minimize my brothers, man, but when we examine the historical record, it's truly a shame. It's truly a shame how King Henry Christophe has been erased from the political record. And men like Napoleon have been, just venerated and worshipped. Movies about to come out in a couple months and shit. It's a shame. It's a shame that Black men don't understand that, yes, after slavery, after colonization, it was a Black man walking around who was a multi-billionaire, who had a navy, who had a military, who was living in a goddamn palace like the Palace of Versailles in the Caribbean. Nobody was hungry. Nobody was poor. The children were educated. And on multiple occasions, he was flexing his power on the European powers. He was flexing his muscle on the European nations. And even though many Black men have came and went and have been assassinated and have been taken out by the European powers, this was one Black man who the European powers, they could not defeat. They couldn't do nothing with him. They couldn't do shit with him. He was unstoppable. He was unstoppable. And it's truly a shame that many of us are not familiar with his name. But let's get back into it.
While pro-slavery supporters used the violence of the Haitian Revolution as evidence to keep slavery in practice, Clarkson and Wilberforce saw Haiti's potential success as proof of a successful state without slavery. The abolitionists were willing to help Christophe in his development of Haiti because Haiti's success was crucial to their cause. If Haiti failed, then the argument that slavery is not necessary for people of African descent would fail. At any rate, January 1st, of 1804 left Haiti facing a desperate task to revitalize the economic, political, and social stability of the nation. The sovereign nation of Haiti was virtually broke. Her base of wealth, the agriculture of sugar, coffee, spices, and indigo, was in physical ruins, most plantations having been burned and ravaged. The management structure of agriculture was in total disarray. Formerly worked by unwilling slaves and overseen by foreigners, Haiti was now populated by free peasants unwilling to work for another and wanting their own land.
Now, once again, salute to the brother for setting the scene. He was talking about directly after the revolution, directly after independence was declared. A large segment of the population, they didn't want to work, man. They didn't want to work. They was like, we free now. We free, so we about to just, we about to kick it and party and, just, get drunk and shit. And yeah, Christophe was not about to have that. Christophe was like, nah, nigga, we about to build a nation. We not about to be sitting around, having sex, getting drunk. No, we about to get to work ASAP. Now let's continue.
March 26, 1811, Henry Christophe had himself crowned King Henry I and changed the name of his country to the Kingdom of Haiti. Unlike Dessalines, he created a large batch of nobles and organized his kingdom more along the lines of European monarchies. One swift proclamation transformed soldiers and close comrades into Haitian nobility. Henry was a dictatorial king, but a man who saw the importance of development and set out to bring his kingdom into the modern world. He began an ambitious project of education and spent incredible wealth and energy on monuments and buildings. Two of his most famous monuments were his own Palace of Souci in the village of Malo and the Caribbean's most famous monument, the huge Citadel on the mountain top of La Ferrière. Developing state infrastructure, particularly A stable government and education were key components of Christophe's agenda. Strict codes of conduct were put into place to discipline recently emancipated laborers and to convert them into model citizens. For example, every marriage had to be a civil contract, and as the king moved around the kingdom, if he even suspected that a couple was living in sin, he forced them to marry on the spot. According to the Constitution of Haiti, the penalty for stealing was death, and those guilty of a misdemeanor were punished by flogging. Christophe carried a silver-topped cane and used it to beat people he saw on his daily walks who he deemed were being lazy. No one was immune from the king's judgment. One time he went to mass and the priest was not immediately there. Christophe ordered soldiers to arrest him and take him directly to jail. Many people were dissatisfied with the strictness of Christophe's regime. However, Christophe's strict governance had proven to be extremely fruitful as productivity and export levels rose.
Now, I know in the modern day, we like to focus on things like democracy and freedom and liberty. But, in Christophe's mind was like, bro, fuck all that democracy shit you talking about. No, we are going to build a nation. Whether you want to or not. Yeah, we're going to build a nation. Or you about to go to jail and sit up in the Citadel. If you don't want to contribute to building the nation, then it's going to be some consequences for that. Oh, and by the way, that woman you having sex with, you better marry her. You better marry her or it's going to be consequences for that. And them children you got, you better send them to school or it's going to be consequences for that. You're going to be in jail, motherfucker. So you better marry that woman and you better not divorce her and you better send those kids to school. And if I find out you're not doing either of these things, I'm going to come see you personally. I'm going to come to your front door. Hell, Christophe would come to your front door. Christophe would knock on your motherfucking door. And just like the brother said, if you get caught stealing, if you get caught doing crime, then you might as well say goodbye to your family because we're going to kill you tonight. And it was through these measures, it was through this mentality that Christophe was able to transform his section of the country into an extremely prosperous region, an extremely prosperous nation that was completely self-sufficient, top to bottom, that could not be penetrated by the European forces. Now, let's continue.
As he addressed the people of Haiti in an official declaration, King Henry Christophe makes it clear that Haiti has gradually seen the accumulation of wealth as time progresses. He states, "In order to preserve ourselves in pursuance of this resolution, on the 1st of January 1804, in a General Assembly of the National Representatives, the independence of Haiti was solemnly proclaimed, and we pronounced the oath to die free and independent, and never again to submit to any foreign domination whatsoever. Like other people, our first years were not exempt from error and trouble. Like them, we passed through the vicissitudes inseparable from revolutions. Since our accession to the throne, our first object has been to elevate the name and dignity of the people of Haiti. We have at length put the finishing hand to this basis of our social edifice. We have constantly fostered and protected agriculture and commerce, the channels of public prosperity. Abundant harvests have been the fruit of the toilsome exertions of our industrious cultivators. A considerable quantity of produce has been exported from our harbors since we proclaimed our independence, and particularly in the years 1812, 1813, and 1814, by foreign nations, who carry on a traffic with us as safe as it is lucrative."
Now, I just want to say, as somebody that has studied Christophe for years, that has read every letter that he ever wrote that's available, I just want to say, Christophe was a highly intellectual brother. He was not just, a military man, a gangster. He was a gangster. Don't get it twisted. Christophe was a gangster. Like, in every sense of the word, he was a gangster. He ran his country like the mafia. But apart from that, he was highly intelligent. He was highly intellectual. He was highly articulate. Every single letter that I've written from Christophe, it reads like a PhD, a master's degree having motherfucker. Even though he come from slavery. But the black man was so intellectual for his time, bro. It was crazy, man. And in the modern day, black men are not known for their, intellectual capacity. But, black men during this time, during Christophe's time, they were known for not only their intellectual capacity, but for their warrior spirit. You know how in the modern day, we have different archetypes of black men. In the modern day, we separate the street guy from the intellectual brother, right? The educated brother and the street dudes. But see, if Christophe was alive in the modern day, he would be an intellectual brother, right? Probably a brother getting his master's degree, but also being a military veteran, he had the mentality of a street dude at the same time, because I even did a video a while back. It was entitled, "The List of People Assassinated by King Henry Christophe." So don't let the articulate nature fool you. Christophe had no problem wiping somebody out, right? And Christophe was never the one that had his hand on the trigger. right? He would send his shooters, he would send his security detail, he would send his goons, right? He would send his goons, and it's been well documented. There were many figures during the Haitian Revolution that Christophe removed from existence. It is what it is. You know, in the modern day, we also have political figures like this in the modern day, like Vladimir Putin. You know, don't let Vladimir Putin fool you. He'll wipe you from existence. Now let's continue.
Additionally, he promulgated symbolic associations with contemporary West African states, such as Dahomey. He maintained a standing army called the Royal Dahomites, who served as his political enforcers across the realm, as well as the Society of Amazons, a corps of women who accompanied the king and queen on royal processions. Both institutions drew inspiration from military institutions in the West African kingdom of Dahomey, as did a number of fortresses bearing its name across Christophe's realm. Apologists argue that the institution of monarchy was a link to Africa's own dynasties. Are there not in Africa an infinity of empires, kingdoms, and independent states? And did the Taino, Haiti's original inhabitants, not have their own hereditary chiefs, the caciques? John Thornton argues convincingly that Christophe utilized such symbols of power to appeal to an essentially African rural population most familiar with monarchical forms of government. Doris Garraway argues that such symbols of state were used to make transnational claims about African equality and achievement, which was a central trope of Haitian revolutionary politics. Collectively, these tactics can be read as part of a complementary set of royal strategies to establish regional hegemony across his realm, assert status distinction at the local level, and insert Haiti into the global community of nations on equal footing. Baron de Vasty, a mulatto Haitian writer and politician who served as secretary to King Henri Christophe, highlighted the idea that what was disturbing about Christophe's monarchy to the Atlantic world was decidedly the crown on the head of a black man. Here you have what the French publicists, the journalists, the creators of colonial systems cannot digest. One would say to hear them that a black king is a phenomenon that has never been seen in the world. Who will therefore reign over the blacks, if the blacks cannot be kings? Is royalty such a privilege that it belongs exclusively to the white color? Vasty also decried the historical revisionism taking place in European and U.S. discourse by reminding his readers that black kings had existed throughout Africa for a very long time. A more radical adoption of Vasty's language and rhetoric occurs when Caleb Cushing, an Attorney General of the United States during the 18th century, defended Christophe's monarchy, stating that a nation which has attained considerable refinement, which is tranquil within and threatened by nothing but ordinary dangers from abroad, can enjoy a free and republican government. But when a country has been plunged for 2 centuries in the lowest degradation, when its inhabitants have been sunk below the level of ordinary political oppression, and when, although exalted to the rank of a nation, it has continued to be harassed by restless and able enemies, in such a country, the firm hand of kingly power is needed to divert factionalism, repel aggressors, and give energy, dispatch, and secrecy to the public measures.
Now, once again, salute to this brother for his extensive research, man. If you've been following my channel, then you're already familiar with that information, right? How Christophe had brought African soldiers, African warriors from the kingdom of Dahomey into the kingdom of Haiti. And not only that, they were instantly promoted to top ranks in the military, right? They bunny hopped over everybody and went straight to the top rank. And I love that story because unlike the modern day, when a black nation needs military assistance, the first people they go to is the Western nations. But in that day, you know, black men could call on other black men for military assistance, economic assistance. It's a beautiful thing, man. And I also love how the brother made the connection to the fact that Christophe, in the African tradition, he did not establish a democratic republic. He did not establish that modern European bullshit. Christophe established the kingdom of Haiti in the African tradition of the kingdoms, the empires, the Zulu Empire, the Dahomey Kingdom, the Oyo Empire. You know what I mean? It's the African tradition. The black man naturally is the black man naturally functions under the monarchical system of government. All right, clearly, as we can see, democracy does not work for black men. These democratic republics do not work for black men. Black men, I'm not saying I'm a proponent of monarchy, but I'm saying that's the only time black men have succeeded. Something else that I love to see was when the brother had mentioned how he mentioned a quote from Christophe's secretary, Baron de Vasty, and he mentioned how African kings have existed for since the beginning of time, right? And one thing I love, man, one thing is crazy to me, how I've read so many writings of the political officials in the kingdom of Haiti, and their extensive knowledge on African history, it really blew me away. I didn't really understand how these men who were coming from slavery, these men who, they never even set foot in Africa. We didn't have the internet during this time. We didn't have, the access to information during this time. We're talking about the late 1700s, early 1800s. But these men, they knew about ancient Egypt. They knew about the vast kingdoms and empires of Africa. I didn't know. It's crazy. I know we have our oral histories. I know as African people, we have our oral histories that we pass down, but it was still crazy to me that these men who came from slavery, they had such an extensive knowledge of African history, man. It was wild. Now let's continue.
While I am not arguing in favor of modern-day monarchies, historically, black people have, for the most part, developed great African kingdoms and empires mainly under the supervision of monarchical systems. For example, in March 1818, the Gazette announced that all the idle people in the towns and villages have been rounded up and sent to the countryside to engage in the work of farming. The Haitian people were assured that preventing idleness was merely proof that their beloved sovereign was taking every care to ensure the prosperity of agriculture and commerce. Some of Christophe's foreign supporters claimed this harsh hand of kingly power, as the U.S. journalist Caleb Cushing wrote, had been needed to preserve Haiti's freedom from slavery and independence from colonial rule in a world determined to see the descendants of Africans fail. Christophe took his authority seriously and declared Catholicism as the official religion, although other beliefs would be tolerated. He made divorce illegal, and by law, parents were not allowed to disinherit their children according to the Haitian constitution. He understood the importance of trade, and he courted the United States and Britain as trading partners, giving foreign businesses absolute protection. Haiti had no currency, so Christophe created one. Gourds were used for bowls, utensils and bottles, making them indispensable to daily life, but they wore out. The new president confiscated all the gourd plants. When the farmers brought dried coffee berries to the capital, Christophe would buy them, paying in gourds. Then he sold the coffee to other countries for gold, giving Haiti a growing, stable currency. Even today, the term for Haiti's money is the gourd. Christophe had his hands in everything. He monopolized the meat supply and all the cattle grazed on state land. He built 7 palaces and 15 chateaux, all surrounded by fertile land which produced, among other things, 2/3 of the kingdom's sugar export. He sold everything for gold, increasing his personal wealth and the national treasury.
Now, I know in the modern day, we talk about the family structure. We have all these, endless conversations, these circular conversations on relationships and relationship dynamics. But I told you, Christophe was not about to sit down. It wasn't going to be no black manosphere up in the kingdom of Haiti. Because guess what? The woman you having sex with, you better marry her. You're not allowed to divorce her. Like I said, them children you have with her, you better send them to school. You better have a job. You better be contributing to society, or we sending you to prison. You know what I'm saying? You don't have a choice in the matter. You're not going to sit around getting a bunch of women pregnant every weekend. You're not going to sit around, and the women, you're not going to sit around having a different man inside your damn house every 3 months. No, you're going to marry the person you are with. You are going to take care of your children. It is illegal to divorce. It is illegal to disinherit your children. It is illegal to not send your kids to school. It is illegal to not work. And when I look at the state of Haiti today, I'm telling you, we need a Christophe type figure back. We need an iron fist. We need the iron fist to really smack motherfuckers up, man. I also love how the brother touched on Christophe's intelligence as a businessman. I'm telling you, man, Christophe was the ultimate black man. He was a gangster. He was an intellectual. He was a businessman. He was a politician. He was a diplomat. Oh my God, Christophe was the ultimate black man, bro. The ultimate archetype. The ultimate black man. Oh my God. If I could just be half of the black man that Christophe was, bro, I'd be a giant. I'd be a giant. Now let's get back into it.
And the kingdom was annually exporting 15 million pounds of sugar, 20 million pounds of coffee, 5 million pounds of cacao, and 4 million pounds of cotton. Despite the imposition of numerous embargoes against Haiti in the first decades of the 19th century, trade continued. By 1811, the kingdom had imported 1,500,000 pounds in British goods, and according to one account, 10 English, 43 American, 10 Danish, and 8 merchant vessels of various origins visited Haiti's shores in 1817. At the time, it is reported that the revenues of the two governments of Haiti were estimated to be about 48 million francs, and the expenses of their administration in 1817 scarcely exceeded 18 million francs, thus leaving a surplus of 15 million at the disposal of each government. For example, valuable articles of Christophe's regalia was seized at the customs house in 1811. Here's an idea of some of the treasures which were being imported by the royals of Haiti during that time. The list presented by the customs officers reads as follows. 1. A crown set with diamonds, rubies, and emeralds. 2. A case containing 2 breastplates, and a pair of drop earrings set with diamonds and emeralds. 3. A case containing a gold cup. 4. A case containing a gold salver. 5. A case containing diamonds and rubies. 6. One small gold filigree stand set with amethysts. 7. One pair of gold spurs. 8. A gold and silver plume set with rubies, amethysts, and topazes. 9. One small gold crown. 10. One row of gold beads and tassels. 11. One diamond collar. 12. One row of pebble beads and crucifix. 13. One crystal with tassel and relic. 14. One box containing sundry diamond and gold pins, brooches, earrings, crosses, and watches. 15. 7 diamond tiaras and 16. Diamond lockets, pins, and rings.
Now, when I told y'all Christoph was the wealthiest, most powerful black man that was walking the face of the earth for the past 5 centuries, you thought I was joking? You thought I was lying? You thought I was kidding? Oh my God, bro. Christoph was, bro, these rappers walking around with all their jewelry, all their ice, all them chains on. Man, I'm telling you, if Christoph came back to life and showed you his jewelry collection, man, he gonna put all your favorite rappers to shame. He gonna put all your favorite rappers to shame. Bro, Christoph was the freshest head of state to ever live, bro. I'm telling you, the African tradition, the black man has always been a flashy motherfucker. The black man has always been, flashy, icy. Especially the West African black man. The West African black man, he's so, just audacious and just so fresh and just, just full of ice and full of jewelry. I mean, come on, man. We come from the West Coast of Africa. You know how we doing it? Come on, shout out to the Ashanti. Shout out to my brothers from the Ashanti Empire. You know how we doing it. But apart from himself, Christoph loved to trick on his wife. Christoph would send diplomats over to London just to go shopping for his wife, bro. Go shopping for his wife, bro. Go to Europe and get a bunch of jewelry for my wife. Christoph would be tricking on his wife. He'd be tricking on his daughters. I'm telling you, bro. The Queen of Haiti, the princesses of Haiti. Oh my God. See, Christoph was icy. Christoph had the jewelry, the chains, the watches, the rings, the ice, all that. But the Queen of Haiti, oh my God. If there was Instagram around so you can see the Queen of Haiti's jewelry collection, oh my God, they would have had 50 million subscribers on Instagram. Now let's continue.
Christoph named one of his palaces Sans Souci after one belonging to Frederick the Great, King of Prussia, his idol, and from whom he modeled many of his regal policies. He had it decorated with lavish furnishings and art treasures from around the world. He made his son, Jacques Victor Henry, heir apparent and future King of Haiti with the title of Prince Royal of Haiti, and another son, a colonel in the Haitian military.
I do want to add some correction to this statement though. Yes, Christoph did admire many of the other monarchs around the world, such as the Emperor of Russia, who he had a diplomatic relationship with, such as Frederick the Great. And when he mentioned the palace, Christoph's palace was named the Palace of Souci. And there's also another palace of Souci, who I believe was constructed by Frederick the Great. And Christoph did admire Frederick the Great, just like he admired Emperor Alexander of Russia. But also, the Palace of Souci was also named after a Haitian general that Christoph had assassinated, a gentleman by the name of Jean-Baptiste Souci. And it was also coincidental that he also had the same name as the palace that was built by Frederick the Great. And when Christoph constructed his own palace, it was actually built on the site where Jean-Baptiste Souci was assassinated by Christoph's goons. And the reason why Christoph assassinated him was because Jean-Baptiste Souci did not want to recognize Christoph's authority. Now you got to understand, Christoph was a young guy during the revolution, right? Toussaint Louverture was an elder. Dessalines was slightly older than Christoph, and Christoph was the younger one. Christoph was like a baby compared to all the other generals, right? So Jean-Baptiste Souci, he did not want to, for various reasons, he did not want to obey the military hierarchy and obey the orders of Christoph. He did not want to submit under the authority of Christoph. Number one, because he did not trust Christoph, and number two, I believe Christoph was a young guy, so Jean-Baptiste Souci, he was a military man back in Africa. He was a big general back in Africa. So in his mind, black men, we have big egos. So he's like, man, I'm not about to listen to this young dude. I don't even fuck with this dude. And then Christoph was like, what? Who do you think you're talking to, bro? I'll wipe you off the face of the earth. I'll remove you from existence. Who you playing with, bro? It's Henry Christophe, the big general of Northern Haiti, bro. You better watch who you talk. You better watch your mouth when you're talking to me, bro. You better watch your fucking mouth. You better watch your mouth. And needless to say, Jean-Baptiste Souci, Christoph removed him from existence. Rest in peace. And then he built the palace on the same site where he killed him, like a gangster. Now let's continue.
In the correspondence exchanged from 1816 to 1820, Christophe used the abolitionists' advice on reforms in education, agriculture, and diplomacy to increase his own power by making Haiti a strong, self-sufficient state, and Wilberforce and Clarkson helped the king establish a successful, enlightened state to fuel abolitionist influence in Europe and the New World. The future of the kingdom was very important to the king, and Christophe created 5 national schools for boys modeled after Joseph Lancaster's British and Foreign School Society. Teachers were quickly trained for 2,000 students. English was required, and advanced students could learn Spanish. The curriculum also included French, reading, writing, arithmetic, and grammar. During the summer, classes met from 6 a.m. to 11 a.m., and then again from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. The winter hours were shorter, from 7 o'clock in the morning until 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Thursday and Sunday were days off with the exception of attending morning prayers and a lecture. In addition, every boy at least 10 years old had to learn a trade.
Yes, indeed. You heard that correctly. Every boy at the age of 10, it was mandatory to learn a trade. It was mandatory to learn a trade. It was mandatory to serve in the military. It was mandatory to contribute to society. You didn't have a choice. You couldn't be a bum. You couldn't be a bum. You wasn't about to sit around being a bum, getting women pregnant, doing crime. No. You're going to be a productive, intelligent, highly resourceful black man, and you're going to marry your black woman, and you're going to raise your black children to be disciplined, intelligent, resourceful, and productive. You have no choice in that matter. If you want to go against that, we're sending you to jail. Now let's continue.
In fact, it was William Wilberforce that used this money to pay for the passage to Haiti of Prince Saunders, a teacher in Boston's African school, who introduced smallpox inoculation and played a key role in education policy. After Saunders returned from Haiti to America, he began to advocate Haiti as the ideal location for emigration of blacks from America. During this time he gave his speech called The People of Haiti and Plan of Emigration. Having spent time in Haiti working under King Christophe, Saunders became familiar with the country, which led him to see Haiti as a viable option for black emigration. Saunders saw Haiti as the paradise of the New World, which he drew from its situation, extent, climate, and fertility peculiarly suited to become an object of interest and attention. Christophe was in regular contact with the abolitionist Thomas Clarkson as well. On February 5, 1816, Christophe explained to the renowned abolitionist his plan to institute a public school system. He writes, "For a long while, my intention, my dearest ambition, has been to secure for the nation which has confided to me its destiny the benefit of public instruction. I am completely devoted to this project. The edifices necessary for the institutions of public instruction in the cities and in the country are under construction. To facilitate national education, Christophe created a program to sponsor foreign artists, scientists, musicians, and mathematicians, as well as English teachers, to come to instruct Haitian students, both boys and girls. He established a royal chamber of public instruction, appointed a minister of education, and issued an edict mandating that schools would be developed throughout northern Haiti. In fact, within the Haitian constitution the following was mandated: 1. Every citizen must possess a mechanic art. 2. Within each military division a public school shall be established for the instruction of the youth. 3. A central school shall be established in each division and proper schools shall be established in each district. 4. Nevertheless, all citizens shall be permitted to maintain private houses of education."
Man, I'm telling you, I am highly impressed with the level of research that this brother conducted, man. He brought up Prince Saunders. Now, Prince Saunders was a black man from the East Coast of the United States, man, and he ended up becoming a high-ranking official in Christophe's government, bro. I did many videos. I spoke about Prince Saunders on many occasions. Man, another black man that has been wiped away from the historical record, and it's truly a shame. Prince Saunders was heavily involved in creating the national schools with Christophe. Prince Saunders was heavily involved in the hospitals. He actually introduced vaccination into Haiti. He vaccinated Christophe's children. He became a naturalized citizen, and he actually died in Haiti. He died in Port-au-Prince. And yeah, man, Prince Saunders, even though he was a black American, but we look at him as a Haitian too, man. We look at him as a Haitian. He lived amongst us. He was a high-ranking official. He was a big, rich black man in Haiti. You know what I mean? So shout out to Prince Saunders, man. I did many videos on Prince Saunders. Shout out to him. Let's continue.
In his reign, Christophe instituted a labor policy to increase Haiti's power by creating a self-sufficient economy, and he consulted Clarkson and Wilberforce for advice on how to make these policies successful. These policies drastically improved the Haitian economy. The export market increased, and the benefits funded the military and the building of his lavish castles and the fortress the Citadel. His agricultural reforms were not very popular with the Haitian people, but he used his reputation and power to see them realized. In a letter to Clarkson, the king described his motivations behind his agricultural policies, stating, "Farming has been greatly extended both by the increase in the number of proprietors and by the steps I have taken against men of no known profession, the idle and the vagabond, who had taken refuge in the cities and towns where they were leading a useless and dissolute existence. By sending them back to the land, I have placed them in a position to lead a secure life and one more profitable to public morality.
Yes, indeed. Like I said, bro, you could not be a non-productive citizen in the Kingdom of Haiti. You was not about to be waking up at 12 in the afternoon, 1 in the afternoon, walk around just, being a bum, not being productive, not having a job, not making no money, not providing for your family. Nah, Christophe was like, what? You don't got a job? You don't got nothing to do? You just sitting around drinking beer all day? I bet. I got something for you. I got something. Come with me. I got something for you to do, bro. Don't worry. We building a nation. We building a country. So trust me, there's definitely something for you to do. We definitely got something for you to do. Get over here. Yeah. No. Get up now. Get over here now. Get over here now. Let's go.
Christophe's plans in his agricultural reforms was to create a powerful state of landowners. During the Revolution, the former slaves created the first black landowning class in the New World by appropriating the lands left behind by French landowners to the people, and Christophe continued this policy during his reign. The ability to purchase their own land was extremely successful among the Haitian people, and Christophe shared his excitement of this success with Clarkson, positively stating that, "This measure has already had the most fortunate effects on our agriculture, and has fulfilled all my expectations." Thomas Clarkson was very supportive of this landowning reform, and he encouraged Christophe to invite American immigration of free people of color to Haiti so that they could escape slavery and use their wealth to become Haitian landowners. In parallel, he used the African sensibilities with which he had grown up. He knew the spiritual practice of voodoo, its sense of human environment embedment in environment, and remembered its use of traditional medicines and healing techniques.
Man, this shit is so crazy. I can't believe a brother who's not even Haitian made a better documentary on Christophe than I ever made. Now, when he mentioned Christophe and voodoo, now, outwardly to the world, Christophe presented himself to the world as a Christian man. He presented himself to the world as a Christian man. And he was a Christian man. Christophe went to church every Sunday. Christophe got up every Sunday. That was something that he loved to do, get fresh with his family and go down to the church. You know what I mean? Christophe loved doing that. You know what I mean? Just like our parents love doing that in the modern day. Tradition, it never stops. But behind closed doors. Yeah, Christophe was, he was going down to them voodoo temples. Yeah, for sure. He was going down to meet up with the voodoo priests behind closed doors, and he was going to church on Sunday. And, in the modern day, this is not something that is unique to Haitians, right? I'm pretty sure that Africans can also attest to this as well. Even though outwardly, we're Christian, we're Muslim, but we never really let go of our ancient African traditions, though. We never really let go of them. Behind closed doors, we still be going down. You know what I mean? We still be going down to the temples. We still be going down to the. You know what it is, right? You know what it is. So, also another thing too, Christophe's sister-in-law. Something that people don't know. Christophe's wife's half-sister. Everybody knows about how the Haitian Revolution popped off. That was that big ceremony in 1791 where all the slaves met up in the middle of the night, and then they met up together to go launch the revolution. The voodoo priestess that led that ceremony that popped off the revolution, that was Christophe's sister-in-law. The biggest voodoo priestess in Haiti. Now let's continue.
The kingdom's most prolific writer, Baron de Vasty, stated that the palace was proof Haitians had not lost the architectural taste and genius of our ancestors who covered Ethiopia, Egypt, Carthage, and Old Spain with their superb monuments. In 1813, construction of the opulent Souci Palace, which literally meant, without worry, was completed. The palace was partially destroyed by an earthquake in 1842. Today, its remains have been designated a World Heritage UNESCO site. During its heyday, the palace dazzled. In the era of the kingdom, wealth, much of it acquired through long-distance trade with Great Britain and the United States, played an important role in animating palace spaces, promulgating royal power and status distinction in Christophe's Haiti. Ritter notes that the palace's halls were richly decorated according to European taste, and it is clear from many sources that Christophe went to great effort to furnish it with accoutrements comparable with those of the greatest houses of the Atlantic world. Royal celebrations, balls, and theatrical events took place at Souci, further attesting to the significant outlays put toward winning the hearts and minds of followers. There were the elegantly manicured gardens and a unique, domed cathedral. The structure was flanked by a dramatic double staircase leading to the entryway and 2 arches detailed with etchings and inscriptions. King Henry lived in the palace with his wife, Queen Marie-Louise, and his 3 children, Prince Victor Henry, and the princesses, Amethyst and Athénère. Erline Andrews writes that, during Christophe's reign, Souci was the site of elaborate gardens decorated with opulent fountains and Grecian statues, magnificent balls attended by splendidly dressed people, wide and winding staircases, expansive terraces, ornate furnishings, a large library with tens of thousands of books, a prince's residence, a network of administrative buildings, stables, a hospital, and a prison. They were all the elements one would have seen in the royal palaces of Europe. But most of the residents of Souci were black. Newspapers around the world reprinted articles from the monarchy's official newspaper, the Gazette Royale de Haiti, detailing the royal family's lavish dinners, replete with bombastic speeches and lengthy toasts to famous contemporary figures such as King George III of England, U.S. President James Madison, the King of Prussia, and the friend of humanity, the immortal British abolitionist Thomas Clarkson. The Gazette also recounted the decadence of Queen Marie-Louise's August 1816 official birthday celebration, which lasted for 12 days and had 1,500 people in attendance. On the final day of the party, 12 cannons fired after the Duke of Vence toasted the Queen as the perfect model of mothers and wives.
Now, I love that quote that he dropped in the video from the King's secretary, from Christophe's secretary, Baron de Vasti. Baron de Vasti had stated, "The architectural taste and genius of our ancestors who covered Ethiopia, Egypt, Carthage, and Old Spain with their superb monuments." He was talking about the palace of Souci, built by Africans, just like the Citadel. Yes, I don't know how these men in that time, without no internet, no access to information like we have in the modern day, I don't know how they knew about ancient Ethiopia, ancient Egypt, ancient Carthage, Old Spain. How they know about that shit, bro? How did they know? How did they know? Because around that time, in the early 1800s, the Europeans were just discovering, ancient Egypt and all that. They were just discovering that shit around that same time. So how did they know about all these ancient African civilization? That's crazy. I also love how the brother spoke about life in the palace, right? He spoke about how lavish the palace was. I'm telling you, bro, Christophe lived like a king, bro. He really was a black king for real, for real. Not just in name, not just in title, but real life. Like Christophe was like, bro, I'm really doing this shit. I'm really outside with this shit. I'm really doing it, bro. I'm really that dude. I also love how the brother spoke about the various, parties and festivals and events that was happening at the palace, especially when he mentioned the Queen's birthday celebration. I actually did a video on that. It's over an hour long. If you go into my catalog, the Queen of Haiti's birthday celebration, I spoke about that. Bro, I'm telling you, that shit was almost 2 weeks straight. They partied 2 weeks straight. It was damn near 1,000 people at the party. I'm telling you, if it's one thing Christophe loved to do, not just Christophe, but Dessalines as well. Dessalines and Christophe, they love to party. I know we spoke about how Christophe was highly disciplined. He was, extremely disciplined. He was a businessman. He was a politician. He was hard at work. But Christophe loved to party, man. He loved to party. And when he partied, he wasn't just gonna party for one day. You heard the brother. Nah, we're gonna party for like a week straight. We're gonna party for 2 weeks. We're gonna go to sleep on the goddamn palace lawns. We're gonna wake up, get drunk, have breakfast, have lunch, party some more. We're going to party all night. Then we're going to fall asleep wherever we fall asleep at. We're going to wake up again. We're going to, have some goddamn liquor for breakfast. Have some vodka for breakfast. You know what I mean? Have a big lunch. Party some more. I'm telling you, bro, Christophe lived an amazing life. I mean, obviously, besides, being a slave and all that shit and, having to fight against the European powers. But besides, all that horrific shit, Christophe lived an amazing life, especially for a black man during that time when every black man in the Western Hemisphere was in chattel slavery. To be a black man living like this, what? Man, listen, bro. Man, we need that movie, man. We need that movie. Let's go. Let's get back into it.
Last years of his reign, he channeled Haitian energies on a massive scale into building an impregnable mountain fortress, the Citadel, one of the architectural wonders of the world. It still stands today, a great stone prow thrusting through the clouds 2,000 feet above the foothills, with walls 20 feet thick and 130 feet high, dominating all approaches. Built as an ultimate bastion against those who would seek to enslave black people again, it endures as a monument to black resolution and aspiration. In addition to Christophe's military exploits, the Citadel of La Ferrière is remembered as one of his lasting achievements, and has become an icon of Haiti. Located in northern Haiti, south of Cap Haitian, it is the largest fortress in the Americas and was designated by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site in 1982. The fortress was capable of accommodating 10,000 soldiers. It had a self-contained underground cistern that provided water via collected rainwater. Based on Haiti's experience with the French, their deceit and treachery, it was Christophe's plan that in the event of another French attack and/or invasion, his forces would burn everything along the coast and retreat to the Citadel, setting ambushes along the road leading to the fortress. The Citadel had an ostensible military purpose. Like Dessalines, King Henry I expected France to attempt to reinvade and retain Haiti as a colony. Since no one formally recognized Haiti as an independent nation, she was, to the world at large, a colony in rebellion. Henry's fears were not without solid foundation. His plan for the Citadel was to have an impregnable fortress to which he could retire with a large army and from this fortress carry on a guerrilla war.
Man, once again, excellent research, brother. Excellent research, man. I'm highly impressed, man. Wow. And I'm glad that I inspired you to take up the task of carrying out this documentary, man. Salute to you. That right there, he was talking about the Citadel. And yeah, the Citadel was built in anticipation of a potential French invasion, but the French never wanted no smoke with Christophe. So Christophe, the Citadel was basically, one of Christophe's many homes, right? So if Christophe didn't feel like kicking it at the palace, he might want to go to one of his many estates or many mansions around the kingdom. If he wanted to, have some privacy, he would go up to the Citadel, because everybody wasn't allowed up in the Citadel. So it was like the goddamn Pentagon. You know what I mean? It was like the top secret. It was one of them top secret government buildings. So when Christophe wanted to be up in the Citadel, Christophe he'd be chilling up in the Citadel, kicking it up in the Citadel. And also in the Citadel, Christophe kept, the gunpowder, the cannons, a lot of top secret documents. He kept his stash of gold. It was like, bro, when Christophe died, they found billions of dollars worth of gold in the Citadel. Billions. Now, during that time, it was $40 million worth of gold. But obviously, when you adjust it for the currency of today, $40 million back in 1818, whatever, to the currency of today, that's billions. My man had billions up in the Citadel, bro, in them top secret rooms, bro. In them top secret rooms that you couldn't get up into, bro. Let's get back into it.
Now, we return back to the governance of Southern Republic of Haiti because the rule of Alexander Pétion and his successor Jean-Pierre Boyer is the most important rule in the history of Haiti, as this governance is what led to the disaster which we currently recognize as the modern Haiti. According to many historians, when compared to King Henry Christophe, Alexander Pétion was, in the main, a do-nothing leader. He lived a comfortable life in Port-au-Prince, was fair and quite honest, but didn't intend to exercise much force on his people. He had an army and did utilize them to keep things peaceful in his country, especially holding down the rebellion of Gomin in the far western part of the southern peninsula. Unlike Dessalines and Christophe, he did nothing to reinvigorate the economy. Consequently, there was little economy. But the decisive decision of Pétion was to redistribute land as a means of paying soldiers, since the treasury had very little funds.
Now, in that part of the video, he was talking about the government of General Alexander Pétion, the Republic of Haiti in the south. Like I told you, the country was split into two governments during this time. Christophe had the north and the mulattoes had the south, right? And when Christophe passed away, the mulattoes ended up taking over the entire country. They incorporated Christophe's territory, and they also incorporated the Dominican Republic. So the mulattoes ended up going from controlling that little tiny corner of the island to ended up controlling the entire island after Christophe passed away. And as you can see, like what the brother said, General Alexander Pétion, the mulatto, a son of a white man, he, compared to Christophe, General Alexander Pétion was just, he was no different than the modern day corrupt black leader, black president, right? You sitting up, you stealing all the money, you're not invigorating the economy, you're not investing into your people, you're just you're useless. Like he said he was a do nothing, bro. You're useless. You are useless. And unfortunately, when Christophe passed away and the entire island fell under the rulership of the mulattoes, it is what it is. That's why you see Haiti is the way it is today, because we are now the Republic of Haiti today. We are no longer the Kingdom of Haiti. The Kingdom of Haiti was abolished when Christophe died. Unfortunately. And like I said, I dropped two videos in the past couple weeks. One was entitled, "Why did the Haitian military overthrow King Henry Christophe?" And I dropped another one a couple days after that. It was entitled, "What Happened After the Death of King Henry Christophe?" And combined, those two videos are an hour and a half long. Go check them out. And I basically go into detail about how, imagine how instead of the Republic of Haiti taking over, what would history look like if the Kingdom of Haiti not only took over, but, took over the entire island, right? Imagine Christophe spread that prosperity to the entire island. Now, listen, I think the Dominicans should have their own country. I'm not saying that to disrespect Dominicans, because I know that statement might be, offensive to certain Dominicans. I'm not an imperialist, so no. But I'm just saying, imagine, because when the mulattoes took over the entire island, it was their corrupt policies and their incompetence that kind of soured the relationship between Haitians and Dominicans, and that tension still exists to the present day. But instead of the corrupt mulattoes taking over, imagine it was Christophe that took over and spread that prosperity to everybody, bro. Today, the relationship between Haitians and Dominicans, it probably would be a little bit better, in my opinion. Now, let's continue.
His account of what transpired 10 days after the king's death is worth quoting in full, as it is to my knowledge the only detailed description of the execution of some of the king's children and the leaders of the kingdom. It is here that I will provide a warning for the viewer that the demise of the officials of the Kingdom of Haiti is very disturbing and Freeze's description is very detailed. So, we continue. Freeze's testimony of that dreadful night is written as follows. The night of October 18th, instead of patrolling the streets on horseback, we went to the prison. Had I been able to foresee what would happen, I would have stayed home. Entering the prison yard, we found 200 men and cavalry. Several lamps illuminated the yard. It was 10 o'clock at night. The most fearsome spectacle I ever saw followed. The prisoners were presented one by one. The Crown Prince was first. Richard told him that even though he was a child and never had done evil, the tranquility of the state demanded his life. The prisoner accused them of inhumanity. He said his only crime was to be the son of their enemy, of their former king. This was admitted, but cruel necessities required this sacrifice. Well then, I am at peace. A nod from Richard and 4 bayonets were run into the back of the courageous youth. A military carpenter was at his side and cut off his head the moment he fell over. He was only 16 years old. He was an excellent youth who combined the truest of hearts with a good head. After him came the Batard. He did not deign a word in response to their speech. A spiteful gaze was all he gave his executioners. He was 22 years of age. The Marshal Prince Jochen, the king's favorite, came now. He was reproached for his unlawful crimes, his cruelties and bloody advice. Even when he was falling over he exclaimed that the soldiers were scoundrels and cursed them. Yet another 5, Marshal Prince Philip, General Duc de Lascarin, Chancellor Baron Vasti, General Baron de Saline and aide-de-camp Vainqueur were murdered in the same manner. Lascarin and Vasti begged and prayed for their lives. They said they would happily emigrate, or serve as soldiers, if their lives were spared. But all of their pleading was in vain. Vasti was only hit with an axe in the head, and still showed signs of life the second afternoon when some foreign merchants went to visit the place where the bodies were thrown. A 12-year-old illegitimate child of Christophe was the last victim to be executed on this night. Henry's widow, Marie-Louise, with her daughters, Amethyst and Athenir, was allowed to leave Haiti, for England. In 1824 they moved to Pisa, where they found the climate more salubrious. Neither of Henry's daughters got married, and both died prematurely. After Athenir's death in 1839, Marie-Louise wrote to Boyer, requesting that she be permitted to return to her beloved homeland. But heartlessly, Boyer ignored her, and in 1851, she died alone in exile.
Now, I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you. When I was watching this video, man, I cried, bro. I cried at that part, man. When he talked about how, you know, a couple weeks after Christophe died, everybody who remained loyal to Christophe, they died too. You know, Christophe's secretary, they killed him. You know, one of Dessalines' nephews, or one of Dessalines' kids, they killed him. Yes, because after Dessalines died, many of Dessalines' children, Dessalines' sons were high-ranking officials in the Kingdom of Haiti. One of Dessalines' sons got killed, man. Christophe's son got killed. It was many other people that got killed, man, when they overthrew Christophe. And I never even heard this story. I never even heard this description. And I cried, dog. I cried, man. Tears came out my eyes, man. Especially when they talk about how they killed Christophe's son, bro. I'm telling you, man. It fucked me up, man. It messed me up. It messed me up, bro. I can't believe y'all did that, bro. I can't believe y'all did that, bro. That's how you repay, after everything Christophe did for us. That's how you repay him. That's how you repay him. That's how you repay him. Do you know how many black nations wish they could have a legendary leader like Christophe? And we had just one. We had several legendary leaders. We had the Holy Trinity. We had Toussaint Louverture. We had Dessalines. We had Christophe. We hit the jackpot with some legendary black men. And that's how y'all repaid them? Man, listen, bro. Y'all made me cry, man. Y'all made me cry, bro. Man. Now, all the women in Christophe's entourage, including his wife and his daughters, they were not harmed. So at least the brothers had at least enough dignity and sense and decency to not, brutalize the women like that. But the way y'all, man, Christophe's son didn't deserve that. Bande Vasti didn't deserve that, bro. They didn't deserve that, bro. They didn't deserve that, man. And then, just for y'all to incorporate into the Republic of Haiti in the South, that fucking failed state. That was a failed state. The Kingdom of Haiti, we were the ones that were prosperous up north. We were the ones that had the money and the power. And y'all killed the king. And y'all killed the prince. And y'all united with the mulattoes in the South. And we've been in the goddamn gutter ever since. We've been in the toilet ever since. We fell off and we never came back. Shit crazy, bro. Shit crazy, bro. Christophe's wife died alone in exile, bro. Now, of course, she was very rich. She was very wealthy. So I'm sure she was not struggling wherever she was at. I'm sure she lived lavish until the day she died. But that lady was not supposed to die alone in Europe by herself. Her husband gone, her daughter's gone, and just by herself, just no man, just dying alone, man. Money can't hold you at night, bro. Money can't hold you at night. Y'all killed her son, y'all killed her husband. Man, can't believe y'all, man. Let's get back into it, man.
Kingdom came to ruin in 1820. However, the culmination of enduring conflicts with the Southern Republic, the imposition of an economic embargo by a host of foreign nations, and ultimately, his suicide. It all came crashing down when, on August 15, 1820, the king had a stroke while attending Mass, just as a huge fire swept through Port-au-Prince. Knowing both the South and the French were empowered, King Henry committed suicide with a shot to the heart. Amid scenes of more brutality, his male heirs were butchered and his wife and daughter sent into exile. While Toussaint Louverture's story is a heroic one, it is Henry's tragedy that is the more compelling of the two. In the early 19th century, Haiti was the only example in the Americas of a nation populated primarily by former enslaved Africans who had become free and independent. Other nations, including Haiti's trading partners, were determined to prevent abolition and their colonies from becoming free, so they refused to recognize Haitian sovereignty. When France finally agreed to do so in 1825, it extracted the astounding price of 150 million francs from Haiti for the act. To preserve slavery in its territories, England didn't officially recognize Haitian independence until 1838, 5 years after it abolished slavery. The U.S. refused recognition until after the start of the American Civil War, when most of the southern states had seceded from the Union. Even in the so-called Age of Revolutions, black freedom in the Americas was not only feared, but reviled. Understanding the kind of state Christophe tried to create means understanding that the world he lived in was one where the liberty of black people was everywhere under threat. To deny that diplomatic non-recognition, the return of slavery and the threat of foreign occupation made governing Haiti complicated as to contest the very force and power of slavery and colonialism. The specter of black freedom and self-government in the Americas was so frightening that its realization brought punishment to Haiti again and again. At the same time, the insidiousness of Atlantic world slave economies was so great that, even though he never did reinstate slavery, the king of Haiti still profited from the institution. Still, even though his rule was full of the kinds of contradictions facing every modern state, paradoxically, the end of the Christophian era would lead to a Haiti that was far less free than the one King Henry left behind. No one knows how things might have turned out had Christophe lived, but we do know how things turned out without him. Christophe was adamantly against paying any reparations to the French. The King of Haiti never paid the French a cent in reparation, unfortunately after his death. Absent of a strong leader, this left Haiti vulnerable to extortion as France would demand millions in payment as the price of the very liberty that the Haitian people had already spilled so much of their blood to secure was once again compromised. In conclusion, we must now ask ourselves, why is the economic and governance model of post-revolution Haiti so important? Well, firstly because it was objectively successful by all margins according to the accounts of American abolitionists, and those who visited Haiti during that time. The strict governance and state-planned economy of northern Haiti provided a better standard of living that was without debate superior to its southern counterpart. Land reforms, education reforms and the rational management of resources allowed the Kingdom of Haiti to gross a revenue of 48 million francs with a surplus of 15 million francs which was used to subsidize the development of the state. Secondly, the Kingdom of Haiti was also a genuine self-governing territory with its own written constitution, laws, and legislations, its own economic and political system, its own education system, its own military, and the government of the nation was in direct control of its own trade and commerce. Under the strong and visionary leadership of King Henry Christophe, the citizens of his kingdom experienced peace and prosperity. Even still, each citizen was militarily trained to mobilize if the nation came under threat. The Kingdom of Haiti was self-sufficient, and the resources of the country was cultivated for the well-being, advancement, and enrichment of its people. This is to say that because of the rich soil and arable land, the Kingdom of Haiti had also achieved food security, food sovereignty, and food sufficiency to some extent. This is impressive considering that such a task is almost impossible for some modern black nations to achieve under their current socioeconomic systems. And lastly, but most notably, Haiti was not passively given its independence by their oppressors who would threaten to take it away if they misbehaved. They did not compromise with the colonial authority. The Kingdom of Haiti gained its independence through vigorous violence and the mass mobilization of its human resources. The revolutionaries of Haiti massacred its oppressors and those who sided with their oppressors, hence granting them a legitimate independence that could not so easily be stripped away. And according to Friese's account, for the most part, the royal subjects of the Kingdom of Haiti remained brave and courageous until their bitter end, even down to the king's sons.
Man, listen, I have nothing else to say. Excellent documentary, bro. Go check that brother's page out. Excellent content creator. Much love for following my channel. You know, I'm glad that I could have inspired you to go take up this research and go just make this excellent documentary that's better than anything I've ever put together. Salute to you, bro. I appreciate you, bro. Christophe would be happy. You know, it's a mission of mine in life to not only restore Christoph's name and his legacy, because the Europeans have destroyed his name and legacy with a bunch of propaganda and falsehoods and lies against his name to make him seem like basically your run-of-the-mill dictator, your run-of-the-mill, African dictator. But Christoph was way more than that, bro. He was way more than that. And regardless if the Europeans want to minimize his legacy, it's our duty as black men to uphold the legacy of our forefathers, man, regardless of what the Europeans do. Fuck them. Anyways, man, love you, bro. Appreciate you. Black Bolshevik. Go subscribe to the brother's channel. It's your boy Neferkari Dessalines back in the building. Yes, indeed. Cash app up on the screen, and I'm gone. Peace. Yeah. Yeah. We out.
Reincarnated, I'm back in original fashion. I left on a horse and came back in that ass, and I left with abundance and came back to famine. We used to be pyramids, now we be rapping. Look how the mighty have fallen. Used to be running, now we be walking. When you be cooning, that's when they applauded. Selling your soul, your sons and your daughter. Gotta come up in this shit, they stuck in the mix. Really, my heart it be breaking. That's why I'm stacking that paper and handle my business. Pass it down in generation. Talking about money and power and building a nation. That's a deadly combination. Never be watching the TV, they pushing agendas, falsifying information. Know they got malice intentions. Step in the room and I'm feeling the tension. Enemy watching, he blocking my vision. Pay for the check cause I need my redemption. Building my kingdom, I need it protected. Ready for war like a young Money Congo. Never decided the team is the motto. Up in the crib and I'm whipping up waffles. Up in the crib and I'm smoking gelato. I'm chilling, I'm taking my pain and make it ambition. I'm blessed by the gods, but I ain't religious. I came for the power, they came for the bitch. They making no hourly wage, I got business. This shit is an art and they could never be taught. Selling my soul, I can never be bought. Play with my money, I see you ain't caught. Run to the check and I do it for sport. Babylon falling, I go to the source. Packing my luggage and go overseas. Shorty be with me and she so elite. Shorty be chocolate, I'm calling her Hershey. Secret intelligence probably gon' murk me. Don't fuck with brands cause nigga I'm Haitian. Say the wrong shit and get smack in their faces.